welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to sit with you mamas and talk about our homeschool 2021-2022 intentions and the word for the year. So if you'd like to hear more, then let's get started. Hey you, did you hit that play button for the very first time? Well, welcome to the channel. I'm Tasha. This is Tasha Pivots, where we talk about all things mamahood and homeschool and how I'm pivoting through this journey. And yeah, we are at this time again where it is ready to start a new year, and I have just been sitting. I did this last year actually. I have an entire video that you can check out right here in the iCart or in the description box below after this video, where I shared last year's words of a word of the year as well as the intention behind it. And it was we used the word trust, and I created a whole acronym around it that broke down to what we were hoping to really anchor us in the upcoming year. And so that's the same thing that I'm doing now as we are entering into our third homeschooling year, which I just can't even believe that we're here and that it's gone by so quick. Like, from the time we started to now is just insane. So with that, I have written down our word, and I created an acronym as well. I just feel like the word is good, but when we really break it down, it helps, and it's something that we can always come back to, or like I said, anchor ourselves to in our journey in homeschool and through the waves that we may come around as we are going through this journey. So the word for this year we chose is confident. And I love the word confident as a whole, of just teaching my children to be confident in who they are, confident in what they believe, and confident in how they navigate and what they actually represent for themselves. And so I was thinking about it as last year was trusting not only in the time and to be resilient and all the things, but now I really wanted to just continue to foster a heart posture, and as well as like their self-esteem, to feel some confidence. As my oldest is she'll be turning 8 in a couple of months, as well as she's entering into 3rd grade. And now she knows what's right and what's wrong. She also has an opinion, and I want her to continue to blossom with confidence in those opinions and in those thoughts. And so with that, I'm going to look at my little notepad here just so I don't miss anything. How I broke down confident was content, opportunity, nurture, forgive, intimate, driven, extraordinary, noble, and trust. I brought trust back in there. And so the first one, content. I have been really, this content has been like woven through my journey personally on my spiritual walk, as well as my own, I used to have, I was a retail therapy type person where I would spin to kind of woos of whatever stress I might have. And so I created these bad habits of just overspending, or just not being mindful and not being budget friendly for myself, because I just thought, even though I don't feel good today, I'm gonna go buy something. If I want to go do something, I'm gonna go buy this, or I just constantly am spending and when I don't need to. And even with my daughter, as my oldest daughter's growing up, she is now, she has her own chore money. She knows that certain places there are things that she loves, like books or even toys or things like that. And on that level, we want to find contentment with what we have is all we need. But also just with our school space and in our homeschooling, be content with what we are actually doing. And that's not just for me, but it is for my girls. I don't ever want them to think like, well, this person so-and-so gets to do this and this. Like, we are not looking from left to right on whether what is right for us as a homeschooling family. We need to find contentment in where we're at is exactly where we need to be. And so we are going to lead that into this homeschooling year. The next one is opportunity. I really want to continue to raise my girls to take the risk, to challenge themselves in the opportunities that they are given. Homeschooling is an opportunity. It is not something that is afforded to every child. And, I don't ever hold it against my children that they get this opportunity. It's more so of always encouraging them to have a sense of respect, as well as a heart of gratitude for the opportunities that they have being a homeschooled child. Which means that they have the opportunity to always come to me and share where they are and where they're at. Take the opportunity with the lessons, not just scale by because it's just mundane or you think you can just do the easy, but actually challenge yourself. Take the opportunities to challenge yourself, as well as extracurricular activities with piano and with dance and with Girl Scouts and the things that we've added on as extra things on top of our regular day-to-day. I want my children to know that yes, there's going to be times where there's challenge, but that challenge is an opportunity. And so that is part of them building confidence in this upcoming homeschooling year. Okay, the next one is nurture. I was thinking about this more because, you know, even looking at my own childhood or even different children around me or just different experiences, I really want my children to know that I am still their nurturer. Like, yes, I have a hat that I put on as I am your teacher and I'm your guide and I do school with you, but ultimately I don't have a hat, but I'm covered as their mother and I'm their nurturer. And I want them to feel that I'm here, that there's an intimate space here where mommy's here. And if I need to put my teacher's hat down and give them a moment where they can be mommy and daughter, I want to be able to do that. And that's the same if I had a son. I want there to always be a baseline of nurturing for my children and their experiences with school. And even them having a heart posture to nurture, especially with the older, younger dynamic. I noticed that often even my youngest is more of a nurturer than my oldest. But they kind of bounce off of each other. And I just want to continue to say, hey, this is an intimate space that we have in our homeschool and in our home in general, and that it is good to nurture one another. Okay, the next one is forgive. I actually had forgiven, but I just want to say forgive because I want it to not be something that's already done, but it's something we're going to continue to do. To building confidence means that we've got to forgive when we take our as the people or the young kids say, our L's, when we are doing horribly, or if we make a mistake or we get something wrong, to forgive ourselves first. Not searching for mommy to forgive them, not searching for even their siblings to forgive them, but they have to learn to forgive themselves. And that automatically releases them from whatever that would have them bound. And it's not just something for my kids to learn, it's something for me to also live within this realm of confident. Being confident that knowing that through my experiences as teaching them that I may lose my temper, or I may get frustrated, or I may teach the wrong thing, or I might be completely wrong, and I need to be able to not only apologize, say that I'm wrong, but I need to forgive myself. And I really implore you, mamas, to do that, to forgive yourself, because we are human and we do fall short daily. And we are, at the end of the day, our heart is to always do the best, always set the intention of doing the best for our kids. But in order for my kids to learn to forgive themselves, they have to see mommy forgive myself as well. So I really want to teach that in this homeschooling year. The next one is, it's kind of a tie into the nurture, is this intimacy. I put intimate, is that, you know, utilizing the spaces in our home. Like, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. I never shy away from that because I do want people to know that you don't have to have a whole homeschooling room and, you know, 4 or 5 bedroom house. Yeah, it's nice. And if it's an opportunity you have, hey, great for you. But also those who are living in smaller spaces that recognize you can still have a sense of intimacy, whether it's big or small. And with my kids, I love this little corner that I'm at that I actually usually film in, is also our reading corner. This is where we put the mat down, or I will sit and they'll sit with me and we will read together from our reading basket. And or we will take moments of just cuddling on the couch and talking and reading, or cuddling in bed. You know, I'm really wanting to break the curse of like needing to raise my children to be adults so quickly. That was my childhood. My kids don't need to be adults. They need to be kids. Because far much when they get to being adults, I don't want them to ever trying to search and redeem their childhood because they didn't get an opportunity to, you know? And so with this, I just want to create an intimate space again for when we have our times in our home, and when we have space for each other, that we can cuddle, we can, or even them being just intimate as sisters, that it's okay that they cuddle. Like, mommy doesn't have to be a part of it. They can have these special moments as well. And so that one's good. The next one is driven. And, you know, I was really like not hesitant on this word, but I was really thinking about it. I don't want ever my children to feel that they have to strive to get my approval and the things that they do, because whether we want to own up to it or not, us being their teachers, and even their parent, they're looking for us to approve them and tell them that they're good enough. And that's why this word confident is huge right now for me, and it probably will carry on and continue to be a part of our journey in keeping this sacred space, because especially raising girls, them learning to be confident needs to start here in their home and through their parents. But I also want them to know that they can have drive. If you are wanting to meet a goal, you want to set goals for yourself, let's do it. And teaching them that like they can do it. It's going to take hard work. That's something that me and my oldest have had a lot of conversations about when it comes to even her playing piano. There's a lot of challenge learning an entire different language that you've never done before. So you're going to find yourself at moments of just like, ugh, like, is this as fun as I want it to be? But it's all a mind shift and a different perspective. But teaching them to have drive. When it comes to what they do, what they put their name on. I still have my children always write their name at the top of their papers. Yes, I know there's not another 5, 10, 15, even 35 kids in my classroom, but at the end of the day, I want them to know that that's them putting a seal of confidence on their work when they put their name on it, because that means that they are speaking over the fact that that is the work that they did and taking acknowledgement that that is the work they did. And so I want them to continue to have that drive of confidence to know you are capable. You will do these things when you set your mind to it. So like for my oldest, we're going to do like a book, like we're going to give her a goal for books. She is reading exceptionally well and she's reading a lot. And so I do require book reports and things like that, but I really want her to set some realistic goals of what she's trying to meet when it comes to reading books. Is there something that we're trying to get to while we read a certain stack in a certain amount of time, and then also giving presentations with that? Like, are you prepared to be driven to a different level of confidence when it comes to your reading? Okay. The next one is extraordinary. I love this word. It's one of my favorites. Just in general, I just love just extraordinary. And I want them, that is a part of being confident, is knowing that you're extraordinary. And so for my girls, I want them to not just be courageous, not to just be confident, but to know that regardless of the accolades, regardless of the titles of success or whatever it is that's happening outside in the noise of the world, that they are extraordinary. Like, you are above average. God chose you to be here. So you are already not average. And so, and even especially, like even with my youngest, she's already a part of this experience of growing. And so I'm not going to hold her back because she's only 3.5. No, it's not about the book work. No, it's not about her having something to do. But if she feels excited and encouraged to want to do more because she finds that she is extraordinary and she is different and that she can do it, who am I to hold her back? And that's the same for my oldest. My oldest is technically, based on her birthday, a whole grade ahead. And it's not because I'm here to toot my own horn. No, I didn't do it. She did. And so I just want to continue to encourage the fact that she's extraordinary just as she is. And if that means that she may be advanced, she doesn't need to feel any shame because she's smart and because she's courageous and she's doing the work. So there's that. Noble kind of goes with that as well, of just having this attitude and this not prestigiousness, but like just knowing, like, I'm confident, I'm noble, I'm extraordinary, I can be these things, and I am these things. And with that, let's pick up our head a little bit more. Let's sit up a little bit taller and not slouch, not look down, not feel like we don't have, like, just building their self-esteem, raising them to be they already are versus what they need to become, but that they already are. Okay. And then trust, I brought it back in because, I don't think it's something that we can just stamp and say that we met that, we're good. But we are continuing to have to learn to trust each other. I'm learning to trust them. I'm learning to trust that they are becoming the individuals that they are meant to be, and that the raising and the privilege that I've been given to raise them, that fruit is already being bared, and that I don't need to keep looking to try to see if my seed has been planted, has started to germinate or fertilize. No, it's happening. And so I need to trust my girls as they continue to navigate their experiences through home education and even world education. And then having them trust me. I sometimes stay up at night thinking about that, because I don't want my children to ever feel that they are doing any of this because it will make me happy. It's not about me. None of it is about me. And it's truly about them taking on the opportunity to continue to grow and to continue to thrive within their education. And so that is it. That is confident. That is what we're going after. We are wanting to be confident in being content, confident in taking every opportunity, confident in being nurturing, confident in being to forgive, confident in being intimate, and then confident to be driven, to be extraordinary, and to be noble, and to be confident in trusting in those around them, but also in themselves. And so I hope that this has encouraged you to think about what is it that you are looking forward to project within your homeschooling home for the year. And I can't wait to touch base on this and really show and share also with you guys how this has been actually implemented within our home. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It lets me know that you like this type of content, that you like this video in particular. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you here with us each week. And until next time, I am so glad that you're here. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll talk to you later.